Hello and welcome aboard this video today, which is of 1 Victor 40, the service from Manchester Piccadilly to Carmarthen. So we'll be taking this service today from Newport here to Swansea, and this video will be in two parts. So this first video will be of the journey from Newport to Bridgend, and then next week you will see the remainder of the video from Bridgend to Swansea. So the message display is at the front. It says, "Welcome aboard 1 Victor 40, operating an Arriva Trains Wales service to Swansea. Your first set of passengers stops will take you as far as Bridgend. Open the doors, allow the passengers to board, and prepare for departure at 14:22. So that's what we're going to be keeping the timetable to today. And just so you know, we are using the Armstrong Powerhouse Enhancement Pack as well, so I'm going to talk you through a bit of that. I'll just open the doors there. You'll hear a HST come through in a second, and then two Class 70s. And the first thing I am going to do is put the train into neutral, which takes a bit of effort. There we are. I think I gave up there. Right, just put in the TSN there of 116898, and I'm going to try and set the code now to Carmarthen, which is 1147. That's the train code. So to do this, you press Control and then the numbers that you want, so 1147. Oh, okay, this does not seem to be working. And we're getting ready for departure now to our first station on Cardiff Central. Sorry that the sound doesn't seem to be working particularly well today. I don't know whether that's the video or whether that's the train. If you haven't worked out by now, I am actually dubbing over the top of the video here. For some reason, it didn't pick the microphone up for the first part of the video, but it did pick up the second part. This is the Armstrong Powerhouse Class 175, so it's the Dovetail Games 175, as provided with the South Wales or North Wales Coastals, and then it uses better sounds. You get the TSN, and you also get the First North Western liveries. It is a really good purchase, and it does sound a lot better, and it does make the train drive much better. Also, I've noticed an improvement in frame rates using this. Just makes the product much more realistic. However, I could not get the TSN to work, no matter how much I tried on this train. This is the Ghost livery, by the way. The Arriva Trains Wales Ghost livery in 3-car formation. So it's 1751 unit. It's probably why I have got it to work on the normal Arriva livery as well as the First North Western livery. We're going to be overtaking that Class 70 now. Now I'm going to talk to you a bit about the Class 175 that we are driving today. So the Class 175 are also known as the Caerdydd units, and were built by Alstom in Birmingham between 1999 and 2001 for First North Western, and I think partly to use on the Trans-Pennine services as well. However, they were transferred to the Arriva Trains Wales fleet on franchise takeover. They have a unit size of 75 feet and 7 inches for the two outer vehicles, and the centre vehicles, on those that have them, are 75 feet and 5 inches. That is around 23 metres. Two-car variant of this unit is 900 horsepower, and the three-car unit that we are driving today has maximum horsepower of 1,350. They use hydraulic transmission and single-leaf sliding plug doors. Currently they're owned by Angel Trains and are operated by only Arriva Trains Wales, with a maximum speed of 100 miles per hour, which is 161 kilometres per hour. So they are used on the North to South Wales routes mainly, as well as the North Wales coast to Manchester services, and soon on services to Liverpool. It's a bit about the train. They also share characteristics, by the way, with the Class 180 and Adelante series. Pretty much the same, and they can operate together. I don't think it has ever happened, but they are capable of doing so. Now carrying on our journey towards Cardiff now, and I'm using the South Wales Coastal Bristol to Swansea here, instead of the usual Bristol to Cardiff, and this is a route that has some sentimental elements towards me. It's a route that I'm quite familiar with for a start, as I have been studying in Swansea for a while and regularly have to travel up to the Midlands. So therefore I do use the train link between Swansea and Bristol, particularly Bristol Parkway, a lot. I also travel a lot into Cardiff from Swansea, so again I have used the 175s quite frequently, as well as the usual HSTs and the new Class 800s. I do say that the route looks slightly different today because of the electrification that's going ahead, but it is pretty accurate in my personal opinion. I'm sure people that work on the railways will spot things that are completely different. I do think the sounds as well are much better on this train. I don't think it is picking up very well from the video, I do have to admit. I don't know how to make that much better either without changing my recording software, which I cannot afford to do at the moment. I do have another recording software, but I'm not 100% sure how it works, so I will progress onto that in due course. About 7 minutes into our arrival now into Cardiff Central, or Caerdydd Canolog in Welsh. We're approaching 95 miles per hour here, and there is a speed change coming up to 75 miles per hour. Video sounds do sound absolutely awful, I do have to admit. I don't know what that is. It might have just been with the microphone not working properly, but I don't want to scrap video that I have recorded, because sometimes it takes me hours to edit and then don't know where it quite comes in, even though I watch videos through. That's probably because I have to use other things as well. I'm guessing it's the microphone here, because that weren't working correctly throughout the video. It did seem to work much better at the end, and I think that's where the sound also picks up. Got a speed here of 75 miles per hour. And a slight little bit of lag there. This is the interior of the 175, and I'm not 100% impressed with the interior of the 175. I'm sad that it's something that Armstrong Powerhouse haven't picked up with as well, whether they were able to with their licensing restrictions. But as you could see there, it shows a cab door at the end of the carriage, where instead on the 175 there is actually a vestibule area. So that really irritates me, and you can see that as well if you press the Rome 8 key thing. We're coming to Cardiff, by the way, here. Speed is going to drop shortly to 40 miles per hour as we approach Cardiff Central station. So yeah, that really does irritate me, how the interiors are not quite the same. There we are, there's an AWS warning and a 40-mile-an-hour Morpeth board to warn us that the speed now drops to 40 miles per hour coming up. This will further drop to 20 and then 15 miles per hour on arrival into Cardiff Central. I'm also going to try and change the field of view for the cab, because I'm not 100% happy with the view that we get at the moment. I think it'd be nicer to get a broader perspective, if that is possible. Here's the speed change to 40 miles per hour. I am slightly speeding now. There we are, we're back under. Don't think that would particularly matter, hopefully. I am using the brake hold button quite a bit here just to maintain our speed. It is a feature that comes with the Armstrong Powerhouse expansion. To recreate this journey, you do not need to have the Armstrong Powerhouse Enhancement Pack, but it is strongly recommended. I personally think it is much better than the original Class 175 by Dovetail Games. Oh, by the way, for the Enhancement Pack, you must own some sort of copy of the 175. There's the AWS and the Morpeth board for 20 miles per hour as we approach Cardiff Central. The Cardiff Queen Street lines or the Valley lines are going to pass over us now, as well as the line to Cardiff Bay. I think it's initially the Cardiff Bay line, the single track line, which has featured in an earlier video, and then the two Valley lines that go onto Platform 6 and Platform 7. Here we are, here's a 20 mile per hour speed limit. We do seem to be slightly ahead of schedule here, I think. or around schedule, definitely. We're pulling into Cardiff Central, platform 3. I don't think platform 7 is quite represented, you know. Oh yeah, it is. It is. We seem to be making up time here. Press the brakes now. This is Cardiff Central, Caerdydd Canolog. Driver's reminders. Just setting up again here, seeing if it works again, but I don't think it will. Ready now for departure. Sound seems to be slightly better now. Also, there's a class 175 departing on platform 6, platform 7, which is very unusual. It's also in the ghosted livery, which only applied to 1 or 2 trains, didn't apply across, which is really annoying actually, seeing that in scenarios. Here we are, there is a HST passing us here, probably down to London Paddington. Operated by Great Western Railway. And on the left hand side that you can see there is Cardiff Canton Depot. Still couldn't get the TSN to work properly. Speed limit here is 30 miles per hour, and we will shortly be increasing to 75 miles per hour as we depart now for Bridgend. The speed limit for the track on the right hand side at this point is around 75 miles per hour. It's a HST in Cardiff Canton Depot, that is not right. Oh, and we're also passing Ninian Park station here. Should just be able to see now, just there. I think that's for Cardiff City Ground, but I'm not 100% sure. Once we've joined onto the main line here, the speed limit will increase to 75 miles per hour. I don't think there is any 100 miles per hour sections on this route. There might be after Bridgend, I'm not 100% sure. Another 175 passes us. It's also in ghosted livery, which is really annoying. Speed limit now is coming up to 75 miles per hour. There we are. Just throttle up a bit. I think that sounds really good. The blinds. Especially how they have that nice little squeak there. See, we can move around the cabin a second. I'm just having a look to see what buttons actually work. Not many of them do. There are a few more that are working actually since the Armstrong Powerhouse pack. I have noticed that. Here's one of the other views. And should we go for it again? I think that sounds great. And this is the TSN. You can see works better. I've just put in 1123 to see if that works. But I think that's for Aberystwyth or somewhere. What's 1123? Can't remember. Maybe Gloucester, actually. 1111 would be Aberystwyth. Doesn't seem to work, so I don't know why. 1147 for Carmarthen didn't work there, so I gave up. 1123 is Gloucester, yeah, in Welsh. Not going to try and pronounce it. Doing well on our journey now towards Bridgend. The first station we are passing will be Pontyclun, I think. I'm going to have a look at this because I cannot remember. Do have to sound the horn a bit. There's no whistle boards, which is really annoying. First station we will be passing is Pontyclun, then Carmarthen and Caerdydd before arriving into Bridgend. After Bridgend, the train will pass through Pyle, Talbot Parkway, Baglan, Britton Ferry, Neath, Skewin, Llansemlet and arriving into Swansea. Although it is likely that this service will only call at Talbot Parkway, Neath and Swansea. I cannot remember the schedule for the second part of the video. We are approaching Pontyclun here. No, we're not. We're getting towards Pontyclun, I'm sure. Now this may be Pontyclun. Or maybe not. No, we do have to turn left into Pontyclun. Horn again. It's a two-tone horn that is provided by the Space and B key. Again, a Armstrong Powerhouse Enhancements edition. I'm so sad you cannot appreciate the full sounds of this train here. Finally, a Morpeth board. Displaying 15 mile an hour going into the junction. Ooh, another Class 175. Actually in proper livery for a change. There also seems to be a lot of 3-car versions. I tend to see a lot of 2-car versions on this line. That might just be me. But I do seem to see more 2-car versions actually than 3-car versions. Also the odd Class 150, 153 and 142. Is it 142? One of the Paters as well. Actually I see a lot of. Also used to get a daily Voyager on this line as well. That seems to have stopped since about 2003. I remember getting the Voyager service down into Swansea. That I think is the M4 motorway. Which means we are approaching Pontyclun. That hopefully means we are approaching Pontyclun anyway. Pontyclun. Trying to use the horn every time we seem to pass by a level crossing, or we go through a station. I've put the train into notch 3 there. and I'm going to put it into notch 4 for a second. We have another 175 passing us. We do have a speed increase shortly to 85 miles per hour as we approach Bridgend, but we will be starting to go downhill as well. This is Carmarthen. We are starting our descent now into Bridgend. Going to let the train carry on now to 85 miles per hour. We've got to pass through Caerdydd and then we're straight into Bridgend. This is Caerdydd. We have another HST here. I've just realised we are speeding, actually. It's bad of me. Just got under 3 miles to go now to Bridgend. We look like we will be ahead of schedule, although we do have a speed change shortly to 60 miles per hour, which could change that. We are also going uphill on this section. Got halfway 170, class 70 even. It's our warning that the speed is dropping to 60 miles per hour. And as we start to approach, I really do hope you have enjoyed this week's video. If you have, make sure you leave a like down below, as per usual. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't done so already, to be notified when there's new Train Simulator videos, which get uploaded pretty much every week. Make sure you check out last week's video, because that was a really good train simulator video using the Class 321 by Armstrong Powerhouse on the East Coast Main Line. Make sure as well you keep notified for next week's video, which will be the continuation of this service from Bridgend to Swansea. As usual, all links to the add-ons that I've used today are found down below, and make sure you follow me on Twitter as well as subscribe to the channel and comment and like on this video. On Twitter you can see when I'm uploading a new video, and you can see some sneak previews into what I am filming. This is Bridgend. It's the end of our video. I'll see you with the second part of this journey next week. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Oh, I didn't want to go into emergency brake there. Oh dear. I am slightly overshooting, but it's nothing too major. This is Bridgend.